think in Abu Dhabi we're seeing a slightly different but comparable phenomenon in that a dedicated group. I can say to you that I think the Guggenheim Museum would be much less well known today, but for Frank Lloyd Wright, and I know Guggenheim Abu Dhabi wouldn't have nearly the great beginning that it will have, but for Frank Gehry's composition.
The process of organizing the exhibition started about 6 months ago with Valerie and I setting out the parameters of the exhibition, which is a path toward abstraction. We also wanted to look at how the Guggenheim Foundation collection had been formed from its early stages in the mid-1930s up until when the Guggenheim Museum opened its doors in October of 1959. So that became the end point for the exhibition for us.
We were also thinking about the space. We made a site visit to Abu Dhabi in June to confirm that the work we'd been doing in our models in New York was really going to fit into the space, was going to look to its best advantage. And one of the things we discovered by coming here was that we could use the existing architecture of the space to help us with the breaks between the galleries. We've had a very positive and dynamic relationship with our colleagues here, and we've been engaged together throughout the process in examining ways not only to develop the materials in tandem, but also to work with local vendors, ranging from the construction to graphic designers, and obviously our partners in Abu Dhabi have been leading us in that charge and finding ways to realize the vision that Susan and I mapped out, but in collaboration not only with our colleagues here in Abu Dhabi at TDIC, who are very vital to the process, but also with our colleagues throughout different departments at the Solomon R Guggenheim Museum in New York. Excited to see not only local audiences, but the audiences coming to see the fair, their reaction to our exhibition and to the presence of so much fine art on Abu Dhabi's soil at one moment. Well, what we're hoping is to begin to introduce the audience here in Abu Dhabi. I know that process has begun through past exhibitions in Gallery 1, but to introduce them on the one hand to the Guggenheim as an institution, as a foundation that's interested in educating the public about art, a mission we share with TDIC and our colleagues here in Abu Dhabi.
I'd say 100 years ago, in another place, we looked and it changed our lives, and we hope that same thing happens for you or something comparable, and that we also understand that we know little about what's gone on here for the last 100 years. Now show us that.